Hi, my name is Mehreen. I'm a final year medical student at the University of Leeds, and this is a series of vlogs for potential medical school applicants and just some tips and advice that I have for you. This particular video is on how to talk about your experience in medical school interviews. We all want to do it, we all want to get across the fact that we have experience in the field and that we're not just blindly going into medicine. And it is a really important part of the interview and of your general application itself. Some people worry that they don't have enough medical experience and they've only done a few days with a doctor rather than spending weeks and weeks over a summer doing placements with them, and that's absolutely fine. Interviewers know that it's really hard for anyone to get experience in the medical field, particularly if you're 16 or 17, and particularly for hands-on experience like theatre work. So don't worry about that. You can also talk about other things inside or around school that are just as relevant, and I'll talk about those more in a little bit, so don't worry about that. Obviously, if you do have medical experience, try and get that across first, because you want to put across to the interviewers that you're knowledgeable about the field and that you think the field is right for you. So are you right for medicine, and did you enjoy it? What parts of it did you enjoy, and why and where? If you want to talk about the fact that you were in theatre for a day or half a day and you really enjoyed the hands-on experience that you got, talk about that. It might be useful to talk about how you have friends who are in the medical field or family who are doctors, and you've talked to them about the real aspects of medicine and the not so glamorous bits of it. Because they want to know that you're realistic about the field itself and about the career. So try and get across that point if you can. Talk about what you gained rather than making lists and lists of things. So someone who talks about their half a day with a GP and really talks about what they gained from it is more likely to get offered a place than someone who lists off 3, 4, 5 weeks of different placements, because lists are pretty useless unless you actually gain something from them. So talk about how the placement itself helped you and how you might have gained knowledge or skills or gained an insight into the realistic view of medicine. Again, try and bring up some of the not so glamorous points because it'll make you seem realistic. Yeah. You can also talk about non-medical experience, so if you have a job or if you volunteer somewhere, talk about that. Work and volunteering are usually long-term things that you do, and compared to half a day with a GP or a couple of days in theatre with a surgeon, work and volunteering can be an example of how you're committed to something and how you have the motivation to keep going back and back and carrying on with it even in the face of adversity. Talk about what you gained again, how you gained any practical skills, how you learn to manage money if you're at work, if you volunteer with people in old care homes or people with special needs. Talk about how you have compassion and care for those people, because again that comes across really well. They're all sort of transferable skills that you can bring into medicine. You don't necessarily need to be a great knot tyer or a great stitcher. You just need to be compassionate, caring, not knowledgeable about the field to a certain extent, and be able to communicate well with people, and that can all be brought in from work or volunteering things that you've done. Extracurricular things like hobbies or sports or school presidencies are also really important, because again they show that you can be in charge of a team or that you're a team player, and also show motivation and determination to keep carrying on week after week in a certain field. So you really do need this to be a doctor, and do mention it. They'll appreciate the fact that you do things outside of work and school as well. As a doctor, you need to have a good sort of work-life balance. So if you are in a sports team, or if you play an instrument or do Duke of Edinburgh, mention that, because it shows that you're a well-rounded individual and they'll really appreciate that. So I really hope that helps. Thank you for watching. Leave any questions or comments down below. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos in the series of vlogs. The next video will be on how to handle difficult questions at medical school interviews. So thank you very much.